You're about to see something that might change the way you look at your pantry forever. Right now, sitting on grocery store shelves across every state in this country, there are snack brands filled with ingredients that have been banned in dozens of countries around the world. We are talking about chemicals linked to cancer, dyes connected to behavioral problems in children, and preservatives so controversial that the European Union will not allow them anywhere near food. And yet in America, these products are not just legal. They are some of the best-selling snacks on the market. What makes this worse is that many of these companies know exactly what they are putting in their products. Some of them have already been forced to reformulate their recipes overseas to meet stricter safety standards. They make a cleaner version for Europe and a cheaper chemical-heavy version for you. Same brand, same logo, completely different ingredients depending on which side of the Atlantic you happen to live on. Today, we are counting down 6 snack brands that you need to think twice about before putting in your cart. Every single one of these is made by a billion-dollar corporation. Every claim you're about to hear is backed by lawsuits, government data, or published scientific research. And by the time we reach number 1, you might be doing a full inventory of what is sitting in your kitchen cabinets right now. Let us get into it. Number 6, Slim Gems. If you've ever grabbed one of these at a gas station checkout line, you are not alone. Slim Gems are one of the most recognizable meat snacks in the country. They are made by Cogra Brands, a Fortune 500 company with annual revenue north of $12 billion. But what exactly are you putting in your body when you tear open that bright yellow wrapper? The ingredient list tells a story. Slim Gems are made with beef, pork, and mechanically separated chicken. If you are not familiar with that term, mechanically separated chicken is a pastel-like product created by forcing bones with attached meat through a scie or similar device under high pressure. The result is something that barely resembles the chicken you picture in your head. Then there is the sodium nitrite. This is the preservative that gives processed meats their pink color and extended shelf life. A 2022 medical review published in a peer-reviewed journal found that food additive nitrites were associated with an increased risk of certain types of cancer. The World Health Organization has classified processed meats as a Group 1 carcinogen, putting them in the same category as tobacco smoking and asbestos when it comes to the strength of evidence linking them to cancer. One standard Slim Jim stick can contain around 590 milligrams of sodium, which is roughly 25% of the recommended daily intake in a single stick. And Cogra has leaned into marketing these as keto-friendly, high-protein snacks, emphasizing their low carb count while quietly glossing over the sodium levels and the preservative profile. A dietitian quoted by the American Heart Association recommended limiting processed meats due to their sodium and preservative content, urging consumers toward whole foods instead. Harvard nutrition experts have also drawn direct links between regular processed meat consumption and elevated cancer and heart disease risk. There are small batch beef jerky companies making products with nothing more than grass-fed beef, salt, and spices. Those exist. They cost roughly the same per ounce as Slim Jims when you buy in bulk. These billion-dollar companies just choose not to go that route because cheaper ingredients mean wider profit margins. And as long as American regulations allow it, they have no incentive to change. Number 5, Twinkies. The golden sponge cake with a creamy filling. A genuine piece of American food history and also a product that multiple countries have decided their citizens should not be allowed to eat. Twinkies are currently owned by J.M. Smucker Company through their Hostess Brands division. The company has annual revenue exceeding $8 billion. And the reason Twinkies face restrictions overseas comes down to 3 ingredients working together in a way that raises serious red flags. First, there is yellow number 5, also known as tartrazine. This is a synthetic food dye that has been linked to allergic reactions and has been associated with hyperactivity in children, according to research published in The Lancet. Second, there is high fructose corn syrup, which has been the subject of decades of scientific debate about its role in the obesity epidemic. And third, there are hydrogenated oils, which are a source of trans fats. Trans fats have been so thoroughly linked to heart disease that the FDA itself moved to eliminate them from the food supply. Several European countries will not allow Twinkies on their shelves because of this combination. The preservative load is significant enough that one famous experiment claimed a Twinkie could last for years without decomposing. though the company has disputed the more extreme versions of that story. Meanwhile, Hostess quietly reduced Twinkies portions through shrinkflation while keeping prices the same or higher. You're getting less product with the same controversial ingredient profile at a higher cost per ounce. That is the trifecta nobody asked for. Now, if you like this kind of content and you want to keep learning about what is really going on with the food in your kitchen, take a second to hit that subscribe button. We put out new investigations every week, and the more subscribers we have, the harder it becomes for these companies to ignore what we are reporting. All right, let us keep going. Number 4, Oreos are in virtually every grocery store. Convenience store, and vending machine in the country. Your parents grew up eating them. You grew up eating them, and now your children are eating them. That generational loyalty is worth billions to Mandels, which is exactly why the problems with Oreo deserve your attention. In August of 2024, a class action lawsuit challenged Mandels' Cocoa Life sustainability program. The suit alleged that products bearing the Cocoa Life logo, which claims 100% sustainably sourced cocoa, were misleading consumers. The allegations pointed to ongoing documentation of child labor and environmental degradation on West African cocoa farms supplying Mandels. Consumers argued they were paying a premium for ethical sourcing. That was not actually happening. Then there is the shrinkflation. Consumer tracking has documented that Oreo packages have been reduced by 10 to 15% with no corresponding reduction in price. Online communities are filled with consumers, noting that even the double-stuffed variety seems to contain less filling than it once did. Independent comparisons have shown family size packages dropping in total weight while shelf prices remained the same or increased. And Oreos are named specifically in the December 2024 mega lawsuit, accusing 11 major food companies of designing ultra-processed foods to be addictive. The suit, which has been compared to the legal strategy used against big tobacco, alleges that companies like Mandels systematically engineer their products to trigger cravings and encourage overconsumption. Mandels is big enough to reformulate for European markets where regulations are stricter. For America, you get the version with more additives and fewer questions asked. Number 3, Cheetos. Another Fredo product, another PepsiCo brand. Cheetos generated more than $4 billion in annual sales as of recent estimates, making them one of the most profitable snack brands on the planet. And the ingredient list reads like something you would find in a chemistry textbook. Consumer advocacy groups have flagged Cheetos for containing TBHQ, which is turtle hydroquinone. This is a synthetic preservative that has been identified as potentially toxic by consumer health organizations. Cheetos also contain monosodium glutamate and multiple artificial dyes, including yellow 6 and red 40, both of which require warning labels in the European Union, stating they may cause adverse effects on activity and attention in children. The international backlash has been real. Mexican consumer advocacy group El Poder del Uor conducted an analysis of Cheetos products and found that the majority of the 43 listed ingredients were additives. They flagged TBHQ specifically and called it toxic, while also raising concerns about the product's high salt levels. Shrinkflation has hit Cheetos hard. According to a lending tree analysis using archived Walmart pricing data, party-sized Cheetos shrank from 17.5 ounces to 15 ounces, while the per-ounce price rose from 17 cents to 40. That is more than double the cost per chip, with no improvement in what is actually inside the bag. PepsiCo's own earnings reports revealed that snack volumes declined by 1.5% as consumers began rejecting these pricing strategies. The company has since experimented with temporary bonus bags containing 20% more product, essentially admitting the shrinkflation had gone too far. Number 2, Doritos, the biggest name in Frito-Lay's arsenal. The top-selling fried corn snack in the United States, a brand so massive, it gets its own Super Bowl commercials every year. And according to a report from Senator Bob Casey's office, the cost of Doritos rose 26.4% since 2019, with shrinking portions accounting for nearly 10% of that increase. Doritos contain a long list of ingredients that have drawn scrutiny from health professionals. Multiple artificial dyes, including Yellow 5, Yellow 6, and Red 40, are present in many Doritos flavors. These are the same dyes that are banned or require warning labels across Europe because research has linked them to behavioral problems in children and potential carcinogenic compounds. In December of 2025, the city of San Francisco filed a landmark lawsuit against 10 major food manufacturers, and PepsiCo was named prominently. The suit accused these companies of knowingly engineering addictive ultra-processed food products and fueling a public health crisis. Doritos was specifically cited among the products at issue. The lawsuit seeks to prevent deceptive marketing and require consumer education about health risks. Fredo has also been hit with a $36 million fine in Turkey for allegedly pressuring retailers to keep competing snack brands off their shelves. And an FTC investigation has been looking into whether PepsiCo's pricing strategies violate anti-trust laws, with small convenience store owners filing lawsuits alleging they are charged significantly more than big box retailers like Walmart. Same company, same bag of chips, different prices depending on whether you own a corner store or a super chain. Number 1, Pop-Tarts. And here we are. The number 1 spot goes to a product that has been a staple of American breakfasts and snack time since 1964. Pop-Tarts are now owned by Mars Incorporated through their acquisition of Kellanova, making this the product of one of the largest privately held companies in the world. Pop-Tarts contain a chemical cocktail that reads like a warning label in itself. Start with TBHQ, that same synthetic preservative found in Cheetos, which has been linked to liver enlargement and neurotoxic effects in animal studies. Whole Foods Market has banned TBHQ from every product it sells. Then add red number 40, yellow number 5, yellow number 6, and in some flavors, blue number 1 and blue number 2. That is, up to 5 artificial dyes in a single product. These are not theoretical concerns. A 2007 study published in The Lancet, one of the most respected medical journals in the world, conducted a controlled trial and concluded that artificial food dyes have adverse effects on the behavior of children. That study led the European Parliament to mandate warning labels on any food containing these dyes. And for products made specifically for children, the use of food dyes is outright banned across the European Union. Pop-Tarts also contain palm oil, which raises environmental and ethical concerns, and soybean oil, which according to the USDA is derived from genetically modified soybeans 94% of the time in the United States. 8 of the ingredients found in Pop-Tarts are banned by Whole Foods Market, according to a 2025 analysis by Ingredient Inspector. And here's the part that should make every American consumer angry. Mars already makes Pop-Tarts without these ingredients for European markets. They know how to do it. They have the technology, the supply chain, and the formula. They simply choose to sell you the version with the cheaper, more controversial ingredients because American regulations allow them to. Pop-Tarts are banned outright in Norway and Austria. They require warning labels across the European Union. And yet in America, they sit in the breakfast aisle, often at eye level for children, marketed with bright colors and cartoon characters. That is not an accident. That is a business strategy. And it works because most consumers never flip the box over and read what is actually inside. When the FDA revoked authorization for red dye number 3 in January of 2025, it showed that even American regulators are finally catching up to concerns the rest of the world raised years ago. But real change moves slowly, and until it speeds up, protecting your health falls on you. So what can you do? Start simple. Read ingredient lists, not the marketing claims on the front, but the actual ingredients on the back. Watch for TBHQ, BHT, sodium nitrite, and artificial dyes like red 40 and yellow 5. If you see them, understand that many countries have already decided those chemicals don't belong in food. Look for cleaner alternatives. Many store brands and smaller companies offer snacks with fewer ingredients at similar or even lower prices. Consumers are already shifting their buying habits, and major corporations are feeling that pressure. Because at the end of the day, these companies respond to one thing: money. When sales drop, they adjust. When profits fall, formulas change. Your purchasing decisions matter more than you think. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone you care about. And if you want more investigations like this, make sure you're subscribed. The more people who pay attention, the harder it becomes for companies to ignore the truth.